We're here at Klasik Beans, which is just outside of Bandung in Indonesia. It's about a 40-minute train ride and then must have been a 2-hour drive to get here. We're up the top of the mountain. Uden has put on a spread for us, so we've got some really beautiful Indonesian fritters here. Banana fritters too, they were excellent. And then what's the coffee we're drinking?
This is the natural process. We call it aromanis.
Aromanis.
Yes.
All right, and we're going to drink some beautiful coffee and walk around the farm today and maybe go look at a waterfall. So cheers for that.
Cheers.
Thank you for welcoming us. This is good.
Yeah. Is the what we call the variety. This one we call it Sunda variety. So if you do to the coffee, how they call it this coffee? Some of them they say this is Typica. Some of them they call it Geisha.
Geisha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them. But we have our own name. We call it Sunda coffee. The shape is almost like a Typica. It's very long, and you can see this one. And start picking if you want.
Do you have to spray these plants for the pests or?
No, never. We only do organic things. Like for example, if they need nutrition, so we just make from all the organic. Like for example, coming from the green leaves and brown leaves, and then we do mixing with something, and then we put to the for fertilize into the ground. So we didn't do any spray for any insect.
Can you see this? So inside the bean, one's just popped out. Here's another, inside the cherry rather. They are the coffee beans. They have to be processed to get their flavour, so we'll show that part later. You can see these are quite long, which is probably why people think it's geisha. Is that right?
Yes.
Because the beans are quite long and cylindrical.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is different. A lot of coffee beans have different shapes and sizes. So you could almost mistake that for Java too. Maybe Java's a bit bigger.
A little bit, yeah.
But the more you know.
We will compare with others. I think here our plan is for compare. So we have different variety on this farm.
Yep.
So we will go to somewhere.
What's that bigger
to
tree
see
just there? The one that's...
Yeah, that's different also. Yeah, we can go there.
It's taller, and the shape of the branches is different.
Yeah.
So you can tell it's obviously a different species of coffee tree, and you'll see on the cherries as they mature, they're yellow. So this is yellow babon, you were saying?
Yellow, orange. We call it sometimes yellow, sometimes orange.
Sometimes yellow, sometimes orange babon. And then the shape of the tree we were just at, you can see it doesn't grow as high, but it spreads out a bit wider. And then the cherries on it are red. So that was the Typica variation that he was talking about earlier.
Yes.
By the way, this guy's a savage. He's not wearing shoes at all. You know, we're up here. You're a brave man. You're wearing gumboots. You're wearing no shoes. I like that. So you're saying before this is a cooperative that produces up to 100 metric tons of coffees a year.
A year.
And the land spreads out throughout this forest?
Yeah, spread is not only in this location. We have different location also.
Yeah.
So, like we cannot say this area is all belong to us. The cherry is supposed to come to us, but no. Here there is also some producer of the coffee. Maybe more than 5 producer like us here. So the coffee is divided to them. So not all the coffee coming to us also. But we have also coffee plantation in other place. It's like 2 or 3 hours from this area also. We have some farmers there also.
Is there any chance we see a monkey out here?
Some, yes.
Really?
Yes.
So, okay, all right.
So, but I have to tell you the story. Like, if monkey come, that means on the top of the mountain they paralyze the food. So that's why they will come down. So they try to searching for the food, and then they will eat the coffee.
Right.
But if they enough food for them to eat on the top of the mountain, they will not come.
So if there's not enough food, they come down and pick coffee cherries and eat those.
No.
Oh,
Because we believe that there will be if there is this is mountain, there will be divided by three. One is forbidden area, one is for boundary area, one for productivity area.
forbidden area.
Yeah,
why is it forbidden?
Forbidden means like we cannot even touch them.
Oh, the monkeys?
No, our human.
Oh,
If this is on the top of the mountain like this, it's like forbidden area. We can enter, but only for research, like for see the water, something like that.
so it's like uncontacted tribe sort of thing.
Exactly.
Really? Here?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We make it like that also. So the one that I told you about the monkey story. So what happened is, if the monkey coming to the third level, the one that we call productivity area, production area, that means on this level, the boundary area is supposed to be that one food for the monkey and for the rare animal thing. What would happen for human? The human make it this boundary area, make it as the coffee plantation or production area. That's why they're coming down for searching the food.
Okay, right. Forbidden area, don't touch the monkeys. All right, so this one's a little bit different to some of the coffee farms I've personally been to in South America. We actually have to climb up through a rainforest, essentially. There's multiple different varieties of coffee, and there's a lot of mosquitoes about, so I'm gonna look a bit different tonight. But yeah, the temperature here, I'm told we're at an elevation of about 1,300 meters above sea level. Temperature ranges between 17 and 23 degrees all year round. And yeah, so it's pretty good for coffee growing. We had some coffee that was grown at this farm just at the house and just at the tree just before, and it was beautiful, very clean profile. So obviously they're doing a good job, but let's keep going. I've decided that I won't be returning home to Australia. There's a beautiful little building here for me to sit in, coffee trees all around me. They process the coffee just across the road and brew it for you and deliver it too, all the way in the jungle. But I won't be coming home. Yeah. Classic Indonesian beans. Terbaik. Makasih.
Oh, be careful! White panther!
So you can see here, there's all these windrows, I guess you'd call it. So when they started the farm back in 2009, that literally shaped the soil, cut the dirt, I guess, shape it into these arrangements so they can grow these coffee trees and practically farm it. Otherwise it'd be really disorganized and hard.
Yes,
So
yeah.
how long did that take?
This one is around 4 months to do it like this. Manually, we do it manually, and then we start, because if we do like this, right, the potential of landslide will be big chance for landslide will come if you are not do terracing like this.
Right. And we're on the descent of this mountain. It's quite a hike up, so it's for the pickers who have to not only climb up the mountain, pick, but then carry it back down. It's hard work. I mean, it's hard work just walking around, but carrying a sack of cherries and not slipping down this slippery slope, it would be incredibly challenging. That's cool. Very dangerous mushroom. Apparently if I eat this, it's deadly. It looks like, no thank you.
So when the cherry came, we do scale and then decide the price as per today, and then we do floating, submerged, and whatever floating we separate it, and then we start pulping.
Right,
We put it here.
Starts in here.
Yeah.
Bad cherries float to the top.
Float, yes.
Good cherries sink to the bottom.
Yes.
So you remove the bad cherries.
Yes.
Then out through the bottom here.
Yeah.
And you pulp it out. So you remove the skin.
The skin and
just to get the beans out.
Yes.
Nice.
So we do after cherry came, we do pulping, and then all the cherry pulp is coming to this side, and then all the mucilage coming to this side. And this is the capacity is around 800 kgs, and this one is around 2.5 metric ton.
Okay.
The capacity of the tank.
Right. So when did you last harvest coffee?
A week ago.
Okay.
But only 10 kgs only.
Okay.
But when we do plenty, the harvest last year is around June.
Okay. So we're just a little bit early for the harvest.
Yeah.
Okay. But we saw some coffee cherries growing. That was good.
Yeah. So, for example, if the cherry came, normally farmers came is around 2 until 5 p.m. And then we do direct the pulping. And then the next day, after the mucilage a little bit, we can remove it. And then we start washing the mucilage.
Okay. Right.
And after that, we go to drying bed after the washing. So this is the one that I thought every single processing or every single area, we have the ID for every single processing, so we know exactly how much yield we have. For example, there is a cherry, before it was 14 kg, so we know when the parchment ready, and then we do the scale again, and then we will get how much the dry parchment we get, so we know the yield of this cherry. So this is how much buy, so this is 10, 24, okay.
So this has been done using the wash process.
This is wash process.
Are they natural over there with the darker beans?
Darker, this is, we try to make it the honey, but
Honey?
yeah, this is bad samples.
Has it gone moldy?
Yeah, moldy and also some spider things.
So what do you do with these early harvest coffees?
We separated this coffee, and then if the cup still good, we continue selling. If the cup not really good, we sell it as the undergrade.
Yep. I'm a little bit sad we're here before the harvest, but it's still good to see some coffee beans. It's good to see that up in the farm.
So this is from the April. Now
April?
it's May.
Okay.
It's almost 4 weeks. So because of the weather is almost every day is like this.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a little bit late. Normally in the normal, like a lot of sunny days, most process we can finish at 7 days.
7 days?
Yeah, 7 days drying. Yeah. This is also already, but I think still 12.5.
So you pick the beans out of the parchment.
Yeah. Still 12, 13.
So inside of here, this is the skin, parchment. We got ourselves a washed coffee bean. Have you noticed, did you see how they changed the Q grader protocol?
Yeah, I'm
The
the
CVA, did you see how they changed the CVA score sheet
Yes, yes.
recently?
Yes.
What do you think of that?
To be object, I think it's like for me it's like more easier. More we have same word. Like for example, like to describe coffee is more in one category. Something
Yeah.
like for example, what I say the coffee can be aromatic or citric or something like that. Right?
Yeah.
It's more categorized. So we just checklist something like that. Right?
Yeah,
we just
right.
tick and then.
Yeah.
But if we want to add more, we can say, let's say, I found the banana leaf or whatever.
Right. Because a lot of people are saying, because you've seen how it's gone from like 1 page to
Yeah.
about 4 pages.
Yes.
So some people are saying that's too much. Do you agree or disagree with that?
Yes, yeah.
Too
Yeah,
much?
it's too much. I agree. Because I think one sample can finish in 30 or 40 minutes. But the old system can be 10 or 15 minutes maximum.
Right. So it'll make the cupping bigger
Right.
and longer
Yes, and
and a little bit harder.
Yes.
Will you implement that during this harvest? Do you think? New protocol?
Yes. Normally, even before CBA, I implement different things. Except unless if there is some visitors, if the visitor asking for, can we use the VCA or SCA score? Okay, we do. But in the normal day, I just feeling like I just copying like, okay, this coffee is clean, no dangerous taste like the panel or earthy or things dangerous. As long there is the no taste of this, I can approve this coffee.
Right. Okay. So you're okay with the new protocol, cupping protocol?
Yeah, for me it's okay as long as we can discuss and talk the same language.
Yeah.
I can do that one.
Yep. Nice.
But again, time.
a lot of people are angry about the change. So
Yes.
it's interesting to ask your opinion.
Yes, yes. For me, it's okay as long as we work in the team.
Yeah.
For example, not only 2 or 3 people, but let's say a group of buyer. Let's say a group of roastery who want buy Indonesia coffee or African coffee, and then we discuss at the same page. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
But if we implement that system to the producing area to do copying on the origin, I think that's wasting time.
Might be too much. Yeah, I agree. It'll be big.
Cannot. Dry parchment we have done for drying. We keep it in this warehouse for at least for 40 days.
Right.
So even though we have a lot of demand, so we cannot directly dry parchment 1 day, 2 day, and then we do huller for the dry parchment. No, but after drying, we keep to this warehouse with the storage of our standard storage is double plastic like this. Those 2 layer, one plastic, one this one, and on top of the pallet, so the not direct touch with the floor. And then after resting around 40 days or 60 days, we do normal process. We do the huller. So this capacity is around 1 hour, 800 kgs until 1 metric tons. And then after the huller, we put this coffee to we call it this one in the local suton, but actually this one is a densometric table, the gravity table. So how it works, like they blow the machine, and then they shake, and then the heavy copy is on the left here, and the light copy is on the right.
Right. So I can see you've already got some coffee that you've produced here.
Yes.
Is that from
Yes.
recently harvested?
Yes.
And so when the harvest actually happens in June, this warehouse will be full?
Yes, we'll be pouring.
Wow. So this is just, a little bit that you've harvested here and there. Okay. Still a fair bit. So they do all the hand sorting.
Yeah.
So what are they looking for when they're hand sorting?
Yeah, the one that black bean, broken bean, chip cut, something
so
like
defective beans,
Defect,
sort of thing. I like how you've got the creek running, or the water flowing throughout the farm. It's looking beautiful. All just flowing so nicely, so peacefully. Feels like a day spa. So Indonesia is the world's 4th largest producer of coffee, the entire planet. So it accounts for a large amount of coffee supply for the world. Indonesian agricultural value is worth about $14 billion, and the government here is really looking to grow that. So investing in programs for agriculture in general, but my understanding is the government actually owns this farm that we're at right now and finances a lot of this operation which these people run. So yeah, the Indonesian system works a little bit different. Obviously the topography is tough. The mountain was hard for us to walk up before. We've tried some of this coffee that they brewed us earlier. It was delicious, and I've learned a lot about Indonesian coffee just today, to be honest. It's a lot different to what I've seen in South America. When I was in Brazil, obviously that's a lot of flat land with a lot of industrial equipment, so they can actually just harvest off a tractor, like literally pick the cherry using a machine, whereas here it's all manually done. Someone has to climb up those mountains with a sack of it on their back and bring it back down. So yeah, it's very interesting. Ready. Done. Where should I put? Scale. With bag on. 18.02, sir. there's the cherries, freshly picked today, mostly ripe, nice and red. You can see some here that are a little bit green, but when they go into the tanks, they'll probably the bad ones float to the top. Yeah, yes. So, and all the good ones go from the bottom. They separate it, and that's how we keep the quality coffee. All right. So before we can process the coffee, we have to pay this gentleman for his hard work. So, here's your coffee cherry. Oh, shake a hand. You gotta shake his hands on it. Deal's a deal, only when you shake on it. So he gets paid for 18 kilos of coffee. And how much did you get paid for this one? 15,000 rupiah per kilo? Yeah, nice. Okay, well done. Don't spend it all at once. All right. Okay, ready to roll? Enjoy coffee cherries.
Counting how much? If plenty half, so we have to stop deducting.
It looks like most of it's sinking, so that's good.
Yeah, you can add more if you want.
Add more. So you're happy with his quality?
Yeah.
All right, done. Oh yeah. So how many workers do you think the cooperative supports, like gives a job each year?
Here we can handle with 5 people.
But like in terms of here and the farmers, how many people does the coffee production through you guys? How many
To
people?
reach in average, yeah. So in 1 hectare, we planting is around 1,500 trees.
Yeah.
So in 1 hectare, we can get in 1 trees we can get 5 kilo of the cherry.
Yeah.
So will be how much?
In a hectare.
Yeah,
How
in
many
a
trees?
kg, yeah. So 1,500 of the cherry times 5 kg of the cherry. So estimate that number, 7.5 metric ton of the cherry in 1 farm. So
Okay.
if we want running is around 100 metric ton, so we'll be around how much people will be need is around 60 people.
60 people.
Yeah.
So
60 farm.
60 farms, 60 people. How many pickers do you think you have each season?
It depends. So we didn't know exactly, but on the farm side, if we want to pay the ladies who pick the cherry, that one is around. We pay 1 kg is around 2,000 until 3,000 per kg. And then 1 people in the peak season can get is around 60 until 100 kg a day.
Right.
Hand ladies.
Yeah, right. So you have like, would you say over 200 pickers during the season or?
Can be.
Yeah, okay.
200. Yeah.
Do you have
It depends how much for example, at the same time the red one, so we have to put more people to picking. But if there is slow, for example, today red, tomorrow not much red or something like that, there will be 4 or 5 days, they will have to come back again.
is the production, does it ever dip year on year? So like this year in Brazil,
Yes.
obviously the production dipped a lot because of lack of
Exactly.
rainfall. Do you
It's-
ever experience that yourself?
The same.
Yeah?
Same. Like this year, our estimate is less than last year.
Yeah.
It's deeper. It's around 20 to 30% decrease the production.
Why is that?
It can be one of our experience. Can be of the tree is getting old, one, and then less nutrition, and the farmer not getting really in touch with the coffee plantation.
Okay.
And the last one can be the weather, the rain problem.
So too much
It's
rain?
Too much. Yeah.
Okay, so in Brazil is the opposite, not enough rain. It looks like this is a good amount of floaters.
Flooded. Yes.
Yeah, so it's not too many.
And also, if you asking why this is a lot of green, and then we still allow some greens because that we still accept some human error things
Yeah.
as long there is not much. So
Yeah.
so we don't believe also there is a lot of in the coffee producer. Then they only show the red cherry red.
Yeah.
But that one only for shooting maybe. But in the real one is like this.
So it's so like we hear about that so much because I'm in cafes all the time, right?
Yes.
And it's hard to sell that message to our customers sometimes. Well, you need to pay the better price. When really they can afford it, but there's just a lack of information there.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping when we release this video is they see things like this, and it's like, all right, well, you want to be somewhere in 5 years from now, producing better coffee, earning more money, supporting more people, having more people produce for the cooperative.
Yes.
So it all makes so much more sense. A little bit more can go so much further. So, and that's something that's partly why we're here. So we want to sell that message as well.
Sure.
So, and I think
Yeah.
Indonesian coffee, it's so fantastic and so underrated.
Thank you.
No, it's been good to see Mikhail win the World Barista Championship and
Yes.
draw so much attention, and then have the ministry get involved with hosting World of Coffee in Jakarta. So
yes.
hopefully more and more people come to the farms after the World of Coffee event.
Yes.
So
Hopefully, yeah.
but I think I'm excited. How much do you think you'll let this fill before you sort?
I think this is enough. So
Yeah, right.
we can collect this thing.
I should have just done this from the start. Would have made things a lot quicker. So coffee's a multi-stage process. We're going to be back tomorrow for, what's the next part tomorrow?
Tomorrow we wash this fermentation of coffee.
So we start the fermentation process,
Yeah.
get rid of some of the mucilage off it,
Yes.
and then after that it's ready for drying.
We can do to the drying bed.
Done. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
So tomorrow.
Done.
And then hopefully you will come back when we are ready for drying. Next 2 weeks or next 3 months.
I think we're going back to Australia, but you know, who knows? Maybe. I don't know, you can never say. You can never say never. Kind of tastes like a Kenyan.
Huh?
Yeah,
Really?
that first cup did. Yeah, I think there's a little less water in it, but it's got this juicy body to it.
Yep. Chocolatey, yeah.
There we go. There's the whistle.
This is correct. So they not mistake the coffee now.
That was an impressive one. So far, the wash is really, really nice. It's my favorite
Like
so
more
far.
like wash, yeah?
Well, on this table, yeah. It's like cup profile is very juicy. Yeah, it tastes very African. I don't know why, but today,
Yeah.
do you think so?
Yeah. For me, like African is more flowering taste for me. But on the body side and the acidity, yes. But for me, because I have tried many African. The taste like really clearly the taste of the flower, like the jasmine, sometimes lavender.
Very Ethiopian.
Yeah. This one also there, but yeah.
What's your favorite coffee that's not Indonesian?
Yes, of course, Ethiopian.
Ethiopian?
Yeah. And also I have tried the Costa Rican.
Costa Ricans can be really good.
Yeah.
I like the more developed honey process coffee from them.
The
like
Costa Rican.
The ones that can be very fruity and sweet, clean. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, keep going, keep going. When he's doing that, he's aerating all the coffee inside of his mouth so he can fully appreciate all the flavors of it with all different corners of his mouth. So a lot of people think, oh, it's not necessary, but it is. All right.
June, July, yeah.
So this tank would just be
Yes.
much more full of coffee, right? And will someone be literally manually sorting these like he is now?
Yeah, manually. We do manually like this. This capacity is around 800 kg. This one is 1.6 until 2 metric ton.
Right. So you have what, 3 people
Yeah.
in all 3 of the just sorting. And how long does it take to sort one?
The short one, this one, if the normal with 2 people, will another 1 until 1 hour and a half.
Hour and a half. I'm trying my best to save every single bean. If you're going through this much effort, you want to make sure you get more beans to make more money. All right.
So this one is coming from 67, right?
67,
25?
25.
My goodness.
Does that mean you lost a lot?
60% loss, right? No, just normal.
Yeah.
Normal.
Right. So
Like-
is this from cherry, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, that makes
It's
more
normal, right?
sense.
From the cherry, normally, if we only remove the skin, it's around 40 to 45% loss.
Okay.
And then this one, the mucilage, yeah.
Right. I thought you told me that I'm getting rid of too much. But this is good. This is good.
No, it's good. See how clean, and then you can touch.
Yeah.
25 times 100.
So you can see here, the mucilage is all removed.
37.
And we are ready to put it on the drying beds.
Yes.
All
So
right.
you can carry up, and then we will put on the tray.
All right, you little beauties.
Now we will put the ID.
Can you call this one the Kirk lot?
Yeah.
That is my name.
Yes, I will.
As you can see, we're in a bit of a greenhouse here, so it's quite hot. Quite hot inside compared to outside. So yeah, it's quite hot in here. So you need that environment for the coffee cherries to dry appropriately. Special Kirk lot of coffee. Nice. Yum yum.
How big is this?
But I think one thing we've probably learnt in the day or two that we've been at Klasik Beans is there's a lot that goes into it. A lot that, let's face it, a lot of us back in our Western countries probably wouldn't be willing to do. You know, I don't think I'd be willing to do this full time. So I'm really grateful and really appreciative of the people that do it because they do the hard work, yes, to earn money, but so that we can drink coffee. And I'm very public about this belief, but I'm even more resolute about it now. The price that we're paying in Australia and in most Western countries, it's really small. It's really small compared to what it should be. I mean, you look at all that process we went through in this day or two. Picking the coffee, walking up those mountains, bringing it back down, sorting the cherries and the floaters, hulling the coffee, hand picking the mucilage, and then putting it in here. It needs to be roasted, then shipped, and these roads aren't amazing, and then it needs to go from wherever it's being shipped on the roads, to the ports, to the whatever country it's going to the coffee roaster, gets roasted, and then delivered to the cafe and brewed. So all that for what, $5.50 or $6 we pay in Australia now? It's a pretty good deal. So don't complain. So Dan, thank you so much for hosting us for the last 2 days. It's been amazing. I've learned a lot, and I've gained a new appreciation for Indonesian coffee.
Correct. Yeah.
What are some things that you would like as a producer for baristas and even coffee drinkers in countries like mine in Australia? What would you like them to know about what you do?
Yeah, I would like to send the message to all the coffee lovers that the coffee is not easy to process. Of course, if we know the knowledge, that will be easy also. And then not only the coffee is not only for direct drink, and then we can say, okay, this is the good coffee, but the coffee is whole process. So from the mountain to the what we call to the roastery or something like that. So the message, the one that we want to say is that the coffee is long process. Of course, there is if we want to say 100% of the coffee is good, we have to know from the beginning, like from the farming, and then from the processor, and then from the roastery, and then the barista who serve the coffee. And then the big part of that one is coming from the farmers and the processors. Let's say that part is around, how many percent? It's around 70% for me. So the big part of the coffee, good coffee, is coming from the farmers and the processors. And then the second part of the coffee coming from the roastery and the barista is only 30% of the big part of the total 100%.
Well, I can totally agree. And even just climbing the mountain, I got bitten by so many mosquitoes. So, you know, I'm sure you go through that regularly. And, you know, doing all this hard work, it's very physical. So, you know, on behalf of everyone who agrees with me, thank you for all the work that you do. And it gives us something to do that we really enjoy. Because we can't grow our own domestic coffee in Australia, well, not in the way that you can here, not in the scale. So the work that you do allows us to live a life that we enjoy. So once again, thank you. And you know, I can't wait to come back to Klasik Beans in the future, and I will be back.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you for choosing us.
No, thank you. Makasih.
Terima kasih.
Makasih, I say.
Terima kasih. Atur nuhun.